Hello, everybody. My name is Tony Cupisz, and I'm one of the co-founders of ACN. First, I'd like to start off by welcoming you all to ACN. This is going to be an exciting journey for you. One of the things I'd like to do now is just cover some real basic things that I think will help you get off to a fast start. Have you ever asked yourself what separates those who do great and those that are average? And whether it's our business or any other business concept out there, I think it really comes down to someone's mindset. It's how they think. If you can put yourself in the right mindset, you'll have a greater chance of becoming successful at whatever you're doing. So when it comes to our business, I want to cover a few things with you. In your first 30 days or initially, as you start your business, you want to focus on two simple things. Number one is just getting trained, learning all the different things about our business. And the second thing is just utilize all the support that is available to you from the company and your team that you're working with. So why is this important? Because if you focus on getting trained, you're going to eventually gain all the knowledge and confidence that you're looking for. But if you utilize the support right out of the gate, you can start building your business right away. So just be patient early on. Any and all training that's available to you that you could work into your schedule, just take the time to watch it. You're going to gain a greater understanding of what we're doing. But you're going to have your people that are willing to help you right now out of the gates. Your team, you have leaders that are willing to do presentations with you and for you while you're learning. So I believe that training not only comes in the form of everything you learn online or the events and different things that you'll attend. A lot of the training, I like to call it on-the-job training, by just simply watching other people do the business with you and for you, watching other people do presentations, watching other people answer questions that other people may have. That is how you're going to learn the most and the quickest about how to effectively do ACN. So in the beginning, here's the good news. You get to do the easy part. Just simply take your time and learn, and you just simply invite people to take a look at our business. And then the experts, they have the hard part. They're going to do all the heavy lifting. They're the ones that are going to actually do the presentations. They're the ones that will answer the questions that your team or your potential team may have. They're going to help sign up your people, get them started, do presentations for them, get them all trained. So you basically just work with your leadership, utilize that support, and you can start building your business right out of the gates, okay? Here's some tips I want to give you. Number one, you're going to be going through a learning curve. Just like any other business or anything you've ever done in the past, as you just get started, it kind of feels a little awkward because, you're really excited about what you're doing. You're excited about the potential, but at the same time, you have some questions. Maybe you don't understand everything. It almost feels like you're going through a bit of an emotional roller coaster as you come out of the gates. All I can tell you is, again, just be patient. Just know that over a period of time, this is all going to become second nature to you. So my advice is just be coachable. As you go to the trainings and watch other people, just be coachable and trust that the way you're learning how to do the business is the most effective approach. Trust me, a lot of people try to try different ideas or different concepts, and we try to tell people, look, if you can think of it, we've already tried it and we have narrowed this down to a proven science. So just focus on what your leaders are sharing with you on how to do the business, and I promise you it's just a matter of time before you start having success. Also, have long-term thinking. Don't think about your first week or your first month. Think about where you can be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Think about it. Time travels whether we like it or not. And 5 years from now, there's really two types of people. Those that are glad they did or wish they had. So all I can tell you is imagine where you can be 5 years from now. Anything that you stick with long-term, you'll eventually become good at. And this is a great business to be great at. Also, to have success, you want to keep it simple. If you want your business to grow all through your area, if you want your business to grow through your state, eventually all over the country, and some of you all over the world, you have to keep it simple. Keep it simple for yourself. Keep it simple for other people. If it's simple, it grows like a fire through a dry brush field, right? So don't overcomplicate this in any way. So I recommend people to always take a bird's eye view of what we're doing and remind yourself of this. We do two simple things. We get customers and we get customer getters. That's it. So each of us are going to acquire some customers. We're going to invite people that will hopefully join our team who will also acquire some customers who will do the same, and so on and so forth. And next thing you know, your business starts to grow. it's not about one of us or a few of us doing a lot. It's about a lot of us acquiring customers that adds up to a lot. So imagine as you start your business, eventually between you and your team, you may have 10, 20, 30, 40 customers. And then imagine it growing to hundreds of customers, then thousands of customers, then tens of thousands of customers. Now, the only way you can build a big business like that is to have other people help you do it. So it's just about all of us doing two things. We're going to get customers, we're going to introduce other people to the business who are going to do the same, and so on. And it's just a matter of time before you build a big business. Now, who do you talk to? When you start to build your business, the big question people ask me is, who do I talk to? How do I get my customers? Who are going to be the people that are on my team? And there's really only two groups of people that you can talk to, and that's people you know and people you don't know. I know it sounds kind of funny, but that is the way it is. People you know, people you don't know. We call people you know a warm market, okay? So now that could range from someone that's very close to you to someone that's just an acquaintance that you barely know, but you do know them. All those people will fall into your, what we call your warm market. A cold market is people you don't know, they're strangers. Now, we'll teach you how to work with cold market as time goes on, but everyone needs to focus on their warm market, and as they introduce other people to their business, they're going to focus on their warm market and so on. Why do we do this? Because the power of our business or the direct selling industry is relationships. That means, you know people I don't know. I know people that you don't know. Everybody that joins us knows people that we all don't know. But that relationship is how we acquire those customers. That relationship is how we introduce other people to the business. So I promise you that there's people you know that you could acquire as a customer that I could not, and reverse. And that's the power with all of us. So we start with our warm market, and then we expand from there. So what I always advise people to do, I know it sounds elementary, is organize yourself. Take the time to make your own personal warm market contact list. Okay, start off by writing down the people that are closest to you. Your friends or family that you're so close to that, imagine the people that you would love to do business with, the friends, family that you would love to have fun with and build a business with together. I always say put those people on your list first. Then you can continue with all the friends that you have, family. Just keep making your list. Look, we have so many contacts in our phones. We have so many contacts today via social media. I think we're all connected to more people today than ever before because of technology. Now, I always tell people, just take the time to make the list, because I promise you, you're going to find that you know a lot more people than you can recall in one sitting. So this list that you are making is going to be ever changing. As you meet new people, make new friends, your warm market's going to continue to grow as it does for all of us. You'll simply add those people to your list. If someone doesn't work out for any reason, you simply remove them from your list. So just write down every single person that you know. If you go to church with them, school, think of people that you went to school with. Think of people that maybe you go to the gym with or some association, but especially business owners. If you know any business owners, write their name down as well. The reason we have that circled is you'd be surprised. Business owners know the complexities of running a business. They understand how much overhead it takes to run a business. And a lot of times when a business owner, small, medium, or large business, they see what we're doing and they see how simple it is and the potential, they're the first ones to get on board with ACN because they understand and they have the awareness of what we're actually offering. So make this list as large as you can. Now, what I'm going to give you is some advice. Now, what I'm going to say now is easier said than done. And that is that as you make your list, do not prejudge anybody. Don't say to yourself, oh, I think this person will be interested and this person will not. This person will do it, this person won't. This person will be great, this person won't be great. Don't think those thoughts, because that's naturally what we all do, is prejudge. But here's a saying that we all learn in the business, and that is that those that you think will, won't. Those that you think won't, will. Those that you think can, can't, and those that you think can't, can. Where does that come from? It's just simply this, is that you can try to prejudge somebody or judge someone on what you see on the outside or what you think you know about somebody. But what you don't understand is what is happening on the inside. What is going on in their life right now. And that determines whether someone gets involved with us or not. And that determines how serious they take our business. And you cannot see that on the outside, so don't even try to do it. Look, I've seen people prejudge other people and think, oh, this person won't be interested because they already have a big business and they've got all these things going on. And all of a sudden they find that this person that they prejudge is now in someone else's team simply because they asked. Now, that's something that a lot of us experience that you don't want to experience. But when you do, I promise you, that is the moment in time that you learn your lesson about what I'm sharing with you right now. So don't prejudge, just make your list as large as you can and just give everyone a chance to look at what we're doing. Now, why do I tell you not to prejudge? Because the reality is, whether someone gets involved with us or not has everything to do with the timing of what is going on in their life. It has very little to do with you, how much money you're making in ACN, how long you've been in ACN, how experienced you are in ACN. It has very little to do with the company, the products, everything. It has almost everything to do with the timing of what is going on in someone's life. If the timing's right, they're going to join us. If the timing is not right, they're not going to join us. It's as simple as that. Another thing that's easier said than done is understanding that there's a big misconception in our business. As we invite people to look at what we're doing, we have to remember that we are not in the selling business, we're in the sorting business. We're not looking to convince someone or to motivate someone who's not motivated to do what we're doing. We're just simply looking for people that are interested in what we're doing and let them make that decision. So we're in the sorting business, not the selling business. What we find is that when you make your list and you approach people, whether it's to become a customer or whether you're asking them to take a look at our business to join your team, people typically fall into one of these three categories. We call them red apples, green apples, and brown apples. Red apples say yes. Now, we love red apples. Wouldn't it be great if everybody was a red apple? But that's not the case. So red apples say yes. Green apples are on the fence. They maybe they have some questions. They want to think about it. No problem. And then brown apples simply say no. No, they're not going to become your customer. No, they're not going to get involved in your team. If I could give you any advice, is do not let it upset you in any way if somebody is a brown apple. Because here's the reality. You are going to come across brown apples. But guess what? You're also going to come across green apples. There's also a lot of red apples out there. Our job is, again, we're sorting for red apples. Now, the only reason I'm taking the time to share this with you is because whether someone's a red apple or a green apple or a brown apple, again, has very little to do with you. It's just what is going on in their life at the time that you approach them. Okay, so they're already a red, a green, or brown. Before you say anything, our job is just to figure that out by just giving them the chance to make their own decision. Another thing I'd like to tell you about this is that when you do come across a brown apple, there are legitimate reasons why some people may not want to be your customer, or maybe a legitimate reason why the timing isn't right and they don't want to join your team in ACN. Don't let it bother you. I'll never forget, I had a guy come up to me and he said, I approached my neighbor. I've known this guy forever. His kids play with my kids for 10 years and I can't believe he won't become my customer. I'm never talking to that guy. I go, listen, relax. Listen, just because someone says no today does not mean no forever. So all I can tell you is have a light heart about this. If for any reason you come across a brown apple, no matter what, just say no problem, just say, thanks for your consideration and move on. You have your answers. To me, it's better to know that an answer is no than to not know what the answer is. So just simply move on. Look, we know there are legitimate reasons why some people are going to say no. We also know, let's be realistic, there are a certain percentage of people out there that are also negative. They know if you have anything to gain by this whatsoever, they're going to be negative about it and they're going to say no. Again, don't let it bother you. Just simply have a light heart and move on. We're in the sorting business, not the selling business. So I'm going to give you your last tip here, and that is, what separates those people who become successful quickly versus those that don't. And it really comes to, one of the reasons is how they spend their time. Now think about this. We all have the same amount of time, the same amount of minutes in an hour, the same amount of hours in a day, days in a week, weeks in a month, and months in a year. So why do some people build a business fast and some people build it slow? It's where they spend their time. I'm going to tell you now how to spend your time. Spend 80% of the time that you dedicate to ACN. Spend 80% of that time to looking for and working with red apples. Spend about 20% of your time waiting for green apples to make their decision, and spend 0% of your time as it relates to ACN with brown apples. That means even if it's a good friend of yours, they're a brown apple, no problem. Just when you spend time with them, just talk about anything and everything other than ACN, unless they bring it up to you. Simple as that, okay? So you want to spend the majority of your time looking for red apples. See, there are a lot of people that do ACN and they wonder why it takes them so long. It's because you find people do the exact opposite. They'll spend a lot of their time arguing with brown apples on why they should be more motivated in life. The rest of their time, they're waiting for the green apples, and they're wondering why it takes them so long to become successful, because all their time is being wasted when there's a bunch of red apples out there waiting to meet them. So just remember, people fall into one of these three categories. We are looking for red apples. It's as simple as that. Look, all I can tell you is that, your success in ACN, it comes down again to your attitude. Attitude is a very little thing that makes a big difference. What I suggest is don't get too excited about anything, meaning, just keep your expectations in check, because we don't know what ultimately is going to happen when you talk to someone about ACN, but don't let anything get you down ever. We have a saying, SW, 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 SW next. Some will, some wait, some won't. So what? Just simply move on to the next person. And we say next. Okay, so again, an attitude. Think about this. If someone becomes your customer, just be level. Great. If someone wants to think about it, great. If someone doesn't want to become your customer, great. If someone doesn't want to join your team, great. If someone wants to think about it, great. If someone joins your team, great. Just keep a level attitude, and I promise you, it's just a matter of time before you become successful. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I wish you guys all the best of success. Remember, what separates those that are great and those that are average all come down to their mindset. So have the mindset for success. Thank you for your time.